innovative content, global audience.
Hello, good morning, viewers. My name is Princess Cassie. I'm reaching you live from our SRTV studio in London. Yes, today is a very special day because we honor a gender that is very, very beautiful, strong, powerful, and of course, a gender that God has created. That's my saying, to carry every other person along. We are talking about the women. They are strong, they are beautiful, they are hardworking. Yes, and on this very beautiful day, today is Women's Equality Day. Yes, so happy Women Equality Day to you and to me, a very beautiful woman here. Yes, we celebrate women. Why not? I feel like it's no longer in the era where women are relegated to the background or to just to the kitchen. No, we are powerful. We can work as well. We do a lot of amazing things. And that is why when you see a woman in affairs or in the power, you see that they are doing well. Women, you cannot easily go through them or try to bribe your way or try to do something, they are just very principled. And that is why we should be always there at any place, not just in motherhood, but we're talking about politics, we're talking about business, we're talking about agriculture. Everywhere women should be there. We can take charge as well because we do amazingly well. Just imagine a woman being a mother, a wife, being a pastor, being a worker, being an accountant, and everything is still going on very smooth. This shows that women are strong and they are equal to the task. And on this day of Women Equality Day, we are here to celebrate women on their power, on the way that they've been able to carry us along all the while. Now, Women's Equality Day is celebrated in the United States, and it's usually every 26th of August. So the common words, yes, the day, beg your pardon, the day was the day is to commemorate the 1920 adoption of the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution, yes, which prohibits the states and the federal government from denying the right to vote to citizens of the United States based on sex. Yes, you can't say I'm not voting for her. She's a woman. She's this, so she's not a fit for this office or this position. No, you can't do that. You have to know that what she can do, even the women can do better. Now, the continuous struggle for women's participation and equality in all spheres of life and society is observed on the Women's Equality Day, which is today, August 26th. Yes, you're welcome to the show. I have with me this morning on this very special day, and of course, on this topic today to celebrate the women, I have with me no other than Ejike Edwin. He is the co-founder of Women in ICT in Abuja. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Princess Kesiana.
How are you doing today?
For
How is
having me.
today? How is Nigeria today?
Yeah, Nigeria is fine. We're doing well. Thank you for having me.
Yes, nice to have you on the show this morning. So, what's the Women's Equality Day all about? I know you're somebody that deal with a lot of women. You are the co-founder of Women in ICT. So, tell us about this day.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to say Happy Women Equality Day to all the women
To
out there.
me, especially
Yeah,
first, to everyone.
exactly.
Yes,
So I wish you all, I wish you guys happy celebration. So
yes,
I
thank
think,
you, thank you.
like you said earlier, the Women Equality Day, which is marked 26th of August every year, is actually to commemorate you know, the struggle, that women has passed through, in terms of getting the rights they actually deserve. So, like you said, 26th of August, that was in 1970. That's the 19th Constitution of America was amended to favor women to have the right to vote. Because before then, I think women don't actually have the right to vote, to be voted or to vote for someone as well. So I think so that was the day they were able to achieve that. That was 1970 to 1971. So they were able to gain that right, the freedom to actually vote for and also to cast their vote as well. So that day was set aside to mark this very special day. Thank you.
Wow, that is quite interesting. Like what we're doing today now, especially you that is into ICT and you've been carrying the women along, you see that even that is one of the I know that's one of the challenge you go through in that your will I say sector, because you see a lot of people, they are not they don't trust women with some of the roles, some of, and even the pay is not the same. Anyway, we'll get to that part. But what brought about the Women's Equality Day? Can you tell us a little bit what actually brought about it?
Okay, thank you. I think, like I said earlier, actually, before now, women don't actually have the right to vote. Or in fact, they don't have the right to participate in anything. Like, like the saying we normally use here, women belongs to the kitchen and other room. That's how they were then. So, they keep on pushing. And in 1970, the United States of America, they amended their constitution to allow the women to vote, and also to also contribute to not just the United States country growth, but also to the economy. So that day, they see it as a very special day to celebrate the equality. That's the rights they have. So 26th of August every year is a year they actually celebrate Equality Day. Yeah, thank you.
Wow, that is quite interesting. Now, is there anything for this year's celebration?
Yes, there's actually a team which
Can you
is
explain the theme? Yes.
okay. The theme for the 2023 Women Equality Day is Embrace Equity, which means I think is talking about equal rights, embracing equal rights. Is still talking about equality, in different sectors of life. So I think the theme for the year it started in 2021 to 2026. So I think it's actually a long-term theme that started since 2021 and it will end in 2026. So it's a theme for more women to actually come out to understand that okay, they actually have the rights and the opportunity to be more equal to men. I think in the workspace, in
In
the
the
IT sector.
educate in the society where you live in today. Now, there's this norm that women can never be equal to the men. Why do you
Okay,
think women should be equal to the men? Because I know a lot of people share that opinion. That is not my opinion.
okay,
That is a general thought or school of thought of majority that believes that when a woman becomes too powerful, they can no longer be under the control of men, especially talking about their husbands or family. Now, do you share this opinion, or why do you feel that we need this equality?
okay. Let me go back to history. If you study the law, I mean the history about the before the World War II, that's before 1930, I think before 1939, to 1940. Before then, actually, women belongs to the other room and kitchen. Their primary role is to give birth, take care of the kids, and take care of their husband. But you see, there was actually a turnaround during the World War II. During the World War II in I think 1939 to 1940, thereabout, there was a total turnaround. That's for women advancement. Because after the men went for the war, that was during the World War II. When the men went for the war, there's nobody in the industry working the manufacturing industry and all the other field of endeavors. So what did the women do? They left the other room. They left their homes. They came out to work. And the men were actually at the war front. So they actually came out. And at that period, we I think the first program, and we need to understand some of these things. Today we're talking about technology advancement. The first person that developed a software in the world is actually a woman. So you see, actually, they have been participating, So during that World War II, when the women came out to do all this, when they actually came out to embrace all the other field of endeavors, at that period, you can see that we have a lot of women that are in the Navy, that's in the American Navy. You see a lot of women in the tech industry. You see a lot of women in different field of endeavors. So they were doing extremely well. So you know what happened when the war ended, when the men returned, they couldn't find their place again. This thing happened around the 19th century. When the men returned, they couldn't find their place again. Why? Because the women have taken over and they are doing pretty well. So if you really check between 1940 to 1970, after they came back, there was actually a big issue because I think everything is there in the history for us to see. There was actually a big issue. The men wanted the men to go back, go to where you belong. And at that time, it was a bit late. Why? Because some of the women, they have actually discovered themselves. They see what the men feel like having, that they too they can actually have it. So that was actually a big issue. So a lot of things started happening at that period. You see, they started maltreating some of the women that are actually doing very well that period, because it's there in the history for us to actually go back and check. And all that. Some of the things discouraged some women, which they actually went back to the kitchen or to the home, to take care of the home. But some of the women actually continue pursuing their careers, which they keep on struggling. You can imagine from 1940 to 1970, before they even have the access to even vote, the right to vote. And during the World War II, women contribute almost 60% to the success of that war if you go and check history. Why? Because they were the one in the manufacturing industry. They were the one producing all the ammunition that was used, because the men are in the war, and they are the one at the back end working on all those ammunition and all that. So if you notice, they actually produce a lot. So that's why women actually need to come out, because they have been there before and they have proven they can do it. And the truth is, that's why the equality. And there's something we the men need to understand. When we talk about equality and all that, we think the women are there to take up our role, as men. No, equality means in field of endeavor, just like you are now, you're a presenter. I can equally be a presenter.
That is true.
You have the right to pursue your career, just like the male have the right to pursue, likewise the female, you understand. So I think, to my own understanding, that's what equality is all about. Let's have equal rights in politics, in career, in entrepreneurship, in all field of endeavors. And I don't think it's too much to ask by women. So I think that's what it's all about. So if you really check what happened between that period, they actually contributed more to the success of the World War II. And after that, they actually went back because they were being frustrated. But I believe in this 21st century, we are still having more women, coming back to take their place.
Talking
And we
about
have to,
more women in the 21st century, AGK. Let's
yeah.
look at politics. I will come to ICT where your field later, but let's look at politics. Now, what's your take? Inclusion of women into politics or in politics? Do you think that is even fair enough? We see that, for instance, you look into our National Assembly, you just had to single the women out. They are very few in number. And over the years, you see where if a woman is coming out, for instance, to contest for the post of a governorship, there is this cliche that no, she cannot win. She's a woman. No, she doesn't have to do that. Now, what's your take on this? Looking at politics of today, not just even in Nigeria, but across the globe. Now, do you think we are participating enough?
Well, I think like the last concluded election, that's the 2023 election. I think in the National Assembly we don't have much women in the National Assembly. But if you check the our population, even the registered voters, you discover that we have more women. So the truth is, one thing I would tell the women is to actually embrace themselves, support each other, because I believe, and we should also have more women. And like the Tinubu-led administration, I think in his cabinet, you see that he has appointed a lot of young ladies, in his ministerial cabinet. And I think it's actually a very good one by the president. I think we actually need to do more. But the women themselves, they need to actually encourage themselves to come out to vote and also to be voted for. Because like we said, I think the same way we, the counterparts, that's the male, we actually come out to vote and all that. They also have the right. And I think in this last election, I saw a lot of women participated, but the truth is the turnout was a bit low, because we have only few women in the National Assembly. it's only the ministerial candidate. I think we have up to 8 women or thereabout. So I think they need to do more. Thank you.
And you know this gender equality or equality, women equalities we talk about. Now, the society, there is a norm, AGK. I want us to look at it from that angle. Now, there is a norm that makes, there's a make believe when that if a woman tries to be too pressing when it comes to her career, they tend to see her as though she's dominating. She doesn't have respect. She can't be under control. Now, how do we change this norm in the society? Because there are a lot of people who want to sincerely, genuinely pursue their career and still want to be under a man they call husband or father. But now the society wants to believe that once she's going to that extent of trying to contest with a man, especially when we talk about politics or even other public office, they see her as a threat, they see her as being disrespectful. Now, how do we change this norm in the society we live in today?
Yeah, I think it's something that actually has to, we have to go back to, like I said, the history. And again, it also starts with the parenting, like the parenting, as a parent, I think we need to actually inculcate some of these behavior or attitude into our male child. That's the boys. Why growing up you should come up with that, because the truth is, up to today, there are people that still believe that, man, a woman role is just to get married, give birth, just take care of the children. But the truth is, everything changed. Like I said, everything changed after the World War II. Women are no longer the type of women we used to have. And a lot of people, we say knowledge is actually power. People need to actually make research. And the truth is, there are a lot of guys or men that are being intimidated by women's success and all that, which it doesn't supposed to be so, because the truth is, after that Second World War, everything changed. So women are no longer what we take them to be. Because today, okay, let me make for instance someone like Ngozi Iweala. She worked in the World Trade Organization. She's a DG. Okay, Ngozi Iweala, and I think I follow that closely. If you notice, she have a very successful marriage life. And the truth is, if you're talking about global leaders today, she's one of them. And the likes of Amina Abubakar, the UN Secretary, Deputy Secretary General, these are successful women, and they actually have homes, they have husbands. And I think in one of the occasions I saw Ngozi with the husband. When Buhari gave her an award, she actually went to pick that award with the husband. And if you hear the interview, they were very happy couple. So I think we need to learn from such men. That look, you can get married to a woman and she can be extremely successful and your marriage can still work. You don't need to actually be intimidated, because if you look at the way the whole thing is, she's more successful than her husband, but he's okay with it. Why? Because one thing about destiny, it doesn't have to do with whether you're a woman or a man. Anything I believe a human being put his hand to do. And the truth is, women are also more unique. When you're talking about management, you guys are multitasking. So that gives you more advantage than us. So I believe you can do it. And I believe men should actually just understand how you guys are. You're not actually trying to take over. The way God has designed things, yeah, the man is meant to be the head. But making you the head doesn't mean a woman cannot actually contribute her quota. So I think that's my take on that. Thank you.
Now, with this day we celebrate today, we celebrate Women's Equality Day. Now, how do you think? What do you think we can do to keep promoting the women, the equality of women? Because they feel like if you keep doing it, you're a threat. So, what more can we do in a society where people just have a particular belief? How can we keep promoting that women needs to be included, not just in politics, in business, in everything, in education? Do you know, up to today, educate, we still have families, we still have communities where they believe that women cannot be trained in education because it's a man who comes someday and marry them off, so there is no need for that. I know a family like that. I know a friend like that in their community. We've been trying to talk to a particular man to change that narrative, that mindset, but it's still there. Now, what do we do to keep promoting women to know that they can also multitask? They are unique, like you said, and they can even do even better if given the chance.
Well, I think it still boils down to what we have been doing, advocating for, equality in the workspace, in career, in politics and all that, keep on encouraging women, just like what we do in the Women in ICT Foundation, we empower a lot of women and young girls, to embrace the STEM industry and all that. So I think we should keep on doing more. And again, there's a lot of ladies. We have a lot of ladies today that are very successful. I think they should also serve as a mentor. Like a day like this, they should try and come out and say one or two, to encourage the younger ones to actually know that if this person can do it, I can actually do it. So I think we need more of that. Like today in the United States, the vice president of United States is a woman. So we have a lot of women that are really making impact. So I believe such women should serve as example, mentors, and all that to mentor the younger ones because the more they are seeing it, and thank God today we're in 21st century, which is digital age, where you don't need to actually do much for people to see. You can actually sit in the comfort of your house, make some speech and all that, and people will watch it and they will be encouraged to do more and to also embrace. So I think we need to do more of advocacy. We need to speak out more. We need to tell people that look, you're a girl child, you can do it, you can become whatsoever you want to be and all that. So I think that's just it.
Wow. Yes. Viewers, it's Women's Equality Day. Yes, 2023 is a day to celebrate us. So I'm quite excited. I have the other gender, opposite gender on this show. Let it not be as if we're biased today, and it's doing justice. But anyway, we'll go on a quick break, viewers. Now, well, we'll come back from this break and still be here with it. There's a lot more to speak about. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back after.
It's politics time on SRTV with your one and only host, Dr. Chris.
We all must be part of the governance. So join Deddy Crease every day 8 p.m. to dissect on the political situation in Nigeria.
Hello, viewers. You're welcome back from that quick break. Yes, it's Women's Equality Day. A day set aside to celebrate women, to include them not just in politics, but in every sphere of life. The struggle continues to make women fitting into positions, in a world where they feel like it's a man's world, it's a man's dominating world. So women sometimes are excluded or maybe deprived of these positions, which we feel women can even do better. Well, I have with me AGK Godwin. He is the co-founder of Women in ICT. AGK, you were just talking about women in ICT. So what plan do you have in making women have equal opportunities? Talking about
Well,
celebrating this very day, yes. Because I know that your sector is a sector where women are on the pay. They are not even, they don't even trust them with positions in that sector. Now, what's your plan?
yeah, like in Women in ICT, like Women in ICT is a non-for-profit organization with the dedication of advancing the representation of women and young girls in the tech industry. So we believe that every woman and a young girl should have equal access to technology. So what we do in the NGO is we try to organize training, mentorship and all that to encourage more women in the tech industry. Because the truth is, there's this gender gap, in the tech industry. We have less women, in the tech industry. So one thing we do in Women in ICT is organize training, mentorship, and encourage more women to embrace that field. We have series of programs going on, and we also launch an academy. It's called Women in ICT Academy, which will be doing a lot of free training for women and young girls. The truth is, today in today's world, you can actually do more in any field of endeavor you belong. Without the tech knowledge, you can actually do more. So how will the women compete with the men? Is by embracing technology, because the truth is anything you're doing today you need the knowledge of ICT in it. So what we do at our level is to actually train more women in Nigeria and girls, in the ICT sector, using different ICT tools and all that. So we believe before the end of this year we're going to do more, because we have a lot of programs lined up for both women and young girls. So to mark this day, Women Equality Day, as an NGO, we have a plan to train more women, in the tech industry, and also encourage them to also embrace the field. And also, we also do school visitation, talk to some of the young girls taking in jam. We encourage them to actually study, to look at the STEM industry. Don't just shy away from it, because we need
Because
actually more women.
educate, because you see, way back in school, when we were in school, there's this belief that science is for the guys, art is for the women. So they tend to like push you into, are you sure you can do this? It's difficult, but though we still have few people way back that say, no, I want to be this, I want to be that. And thank God today the world is actually tables are actually turning around.
Yeah,
Now, what
exactly.
plans
So,
do you have any event today as regard? I mean, today we celebrate Women's Equality Day. Do you have any activity today as regarding this celebration?
yeah, actually, like I said, we have series of programs lined up. Though it's already starting. Like there's a program we are working on. It's called Digital Ski for Nigerian Female Civil Servants. So it has already been launched. We are planning on starting the training very soon, and we also have some training for the girl child, on ICT. So all those programs will soon commence. So we actually have good plans for women and young girls, in the ICT sector. Thank you.
Yes, so how can people get across to you? Because we know that a lot of persons might watching you now, they will want to ask questions. How do I get to educate? I want to be part of these people. And do they need to pay any amounts, any token, or just everything you have to do for free?
Okay. I think our website is womeninict.org. That's our official website. And we are
ICT.org.
Yeah, www.womeninict.org. You can follow us on all our social media handles. That's at Women in ICT Officials. So I think there's room for volunteers. You can actually go to the website. There's a link there on the website where you can apply to be a volunteer. We are in all the 36 states of Nigeria. You can actually volunteer, and actually the training too. The academy I talked about, the Women in ICT Academy website will soon be coming up. So from the our official website, which is womenict.org, you get all the necessary question you want to hear, and our phone number is there as well. So the communication officer can actually reach out to you. Thank you.
Wow, that is quite interesting. I love when you do the fact that you carry women along, you're bringing women, young girls into the tech world. That is a world that is so domineering of men, and it's so there's this make believe that of course that's a man's field. But today, like I said, the tables are turning, and a lot of people are coming into that. Lots of female young girls are coming into tech, and it's quite interesting to know that you actually there building with women. That is the fun part of it. What is the fun part? You are a man doing this. It's not like, okay, women in ICT, so you just left for the women. What is your motivation or inspiration in doing this, knowing that it is the opposite gender?
Okay. Well, I think we actually Women in ICT was co-founded. I co-founded the NGO with Mr. Dominic Kadiri. Actually, we saw the less participation of women in the industry, so we just thought of having a workshop, and that's how the idea came to be. And we said, okay, I think it's good if we have a foundation, and it will go a long way. So that's some of the things. And by there's a movement by United Nations, he for she. The he for she is actually a movement, men supporting women advancement, especially in the STEM industry and all that. So I think we, like myself and my co-founder, Mr. Dominic, I think we are he for she. So what we do is we are supporting women. They can't actually do it alone. We are there already. So we need to support them. You understand? We're there already. We need to support them to also be good in the field and all that. So if you really go and check it, you see a movement, he for she. So I think you can actually refer us as he for she, men supporting women advancement in all endeavors. So that's what we do. So in the tech space, we're trying to contribute our quota, to see that we have equal opportunity. Because do you know what it means? If you check the population of women in the world, women are more in numbers.
Yes, we are more.
Women are more in numbers. So I was telling a friend, I say, if you give woman technology, how do you think, especially in Nigeria, you give a woman technology, what do you know how our GDP will change? Do you know that we have, as in, our economy will be better if the number of women we have and they have all this knowledge. Things will definitely turn around for everyone, for the good of everyone, not even just the women. So the truth is, this movement, we just have to continue the movement, and it's going to change a lot in our society and our country. Thank you.
I love that. What kind of collaboration would your organization be looking forward to have? Like, with other.
Yeah, I think we are open for collaboration and partnership. We've been working with some government agencies and some NGOs and also international NGOs and all that. So we are open for more partnership, because our purpose, like I said earlier, is to bridge the gap. We want by the end of 2030, we want to see at least that gap is actually bridged. We want to see more women in the tech industry. So we are open for partnership and collaboration. Thank you.
Yes, HK, thank you so much. Thank you for revealing the greater part of women. This is also in line with SRTV Miss Intelligence show, which showcase the intellectual component of women, and rather than what they do in most beauty pageants. Of course, women are beautiful, they're intelligent, beauty and brain, like myself, as you can see, HK. So I stand on behalf of all the women in the world to celebrate women today, to say thank you to you, other gender, also supporting us, calling us, crying out for us to be out there, to be given the chance and the opportunity. It's not easy. What you're doing right now, a lot of men will want to shy away from this. No, I can't do this. I can't be associated with it. But thank you. At least this is something really huge, and it's great as well. And we appreciate your effort. Thanks for all you do for the girl child, for the women out there. We say thank you. And I stand here on behalf of every other woman to celebrate you as well, HK. Not just us today, but you.
Thank you, Princess.
Holding hands with us, we celebrate you as well. And on behalf of myself and SRTV, we say happy Women's Equality Day to every woman out there. We do hope sincerely that we see more of women HK, not just in your tech industry, but also in politics, in economic, business, in every other sector, even in sports. We see more of women. You can see that these days women are really thriving also. So we hope, like you said, we can't be quiet. We can't feel like we've done too much. We keep doing it. We keep saying so that more women. And another thing is the norm. Like you said, it starts from the family where women shy away. Girls are so shy because they feel like, I'm from this family, I can't do this and all that. So I think with this sensitization, with all these messages, these shows we're doing, we'll find out that women will have, well, hopefully more women will come out and do more. Well, thank you so much for celebrating us. I know you have a lot of activities today, so I'll let you go now. And next time I'll have you on my show. Thank you for coming. Viewers have been on the show with HK Edwin. He is the co-founder, Women in ICT Abuja. Thank you so much. And also, viewers, that would be a very good place to wrap up the show this afternoon on this special day, celebrating Women's Equality Day. I hope to, we hope that you will do more for women. You will give them more, especially our governments, because they tend to I don't know, some sensitive positions they feel, but women can even do better because they are principled. Yes, when you talk about anything that has to do with offices, women are becoming even more ambitious and they are more principled in their workplaces. So this is the reason they should be given a chance in every sector and sphere of life. I remain yours truly, Princess Cassie. But before I go, don't forget to hit on the notification bell. Follow us on our social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And hit on the notification bell, share, like, invite somebody to the page. And don't forget to leave us with your comments. We'd love to hear from you as well. And when you are out there, it's Women's Day. So remember, women are special. They are beautiful. They have brains. They're intelligent. So treat them with care and with respect as well. See you next time.
SRTV.